Hey guys, I've teamed up with Sasha from AskSash88 to bring you guys this Blake Lively inspired hair and makeup tutorial. So I'll be doing the makeup on my channel while Sasha does this gorgeous hair tutorial on her channel. So let's get started with the makeup. Because Blake Lively has blue eyes, I decided to use these Ice Blue Contacts by Decay, and after that, just going straight to my foundation. Now I'm using the Makeup Forever HD in shade 153, and I'm buffing this into my skin. I will have all the product details down in the description box, so for links and more information, be sure to click down below. For my concealer, I am choosing this MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in shade NW20. I like to apply this under my eyes, on top of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my laugh lines because this not only conceals but it also highlights these areas. I'm using a small concealer brush to buff this into my skin, but you can also use your fingers just like I'm doing here to make sure there are no harsh edges. After your concealer, you want to grab a highlighter like this. This one is by HourGlass Cosmetics. It's a beautiful highlighter. It's got a very minimal glow to it, so if you want that natural glow, this is a perfect product for that. Next, I'm using my Urban Decay Cosmetics Baked Bronzer, and I'm getting this on the hollows of my cheeks and really contouring and framing my entire face. So I'm using a tapered kabuki brush to do this because I feel like it really does the job. It blends really well, so this is one of my favorite brushes to use when contouring. Okay, on to the eyes. I'll be using this Sigma palette for both my eyes and brows. So using the soft brown color to fill in my eyebrows and make it just a little bit thicker. Next, using this champagne color, I'm going to apply this on my entire eyelids and the inner corners of my eyes. This is a beautiful color. It's got a lot of shimmer to it. I think it's just great for the holidays. Alright, time to define my crease. Using the same soft brown color I used on my brows, I'm just going to define my crease, so going back and forth and depositing this color. As you can see, it's a pretty light color, but it really gives definition to the eyes. To highlight my brow bone, I'm using this Ivory Matte color. I'm choosing one of my favorite blushes, and this is Dainty by MAC. You want to just smile and pop it right on the apples of your cheeks. Alright, now that we're done with the face, let's go back to the eyes. I'm using this Maybelline gel eyeliner in black, and I'm using the same angled brush as I did on my eyebrows. This is just a Bobbi Brown angled brush, and I'm getting this eyeliner as close to my lash line as possible. Now, Blake Lively didn't have a precise cat eye, but she did have a little bit of an extended line, so we are going to create just a small, short cat eye, and then we're going to do the same thing a little bit on the bottom lash line. So sort of bringing it halfway and connecting the two lines together. Once you do that, you want to grab a pencil brush. This is just a pencil blending brush, and blend out that eyeliner so that it's sort of faded. So you have the eyeliner, but it looks faded. Alright, and once you're happy with your line, you want to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, almost done with the eyes. You want to apply several coats of your favorite mascara on both top and bottom lashes. Blake's lashes looked more full than long in these photos, so I decided to use false eyelashes, and these are just short. I think they're 747s in short, and you want to apply this as close to your lash line as possible. I like to use tweezers when applying false eyelashes because I just feel like it's the easiest way to apply it. So you want to just look down and apply it on the actual eyeliner, and then sort of play with it with your fingers, and also secure the corners using tweezers. Last touch on the eyes, I decided to use this pigment by M Cosmetics. It's just the ivory pigment, and I'm just going to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. So for this look, Blake Lively had an ivory pencil on the inner rim of her eyes, so I'm doing the same thing. So this is just the pencil by MAC, and it's an ivory pencil. You can get it from any brand. Okay, on to the lips. I'm not sure exactly what color Blake Lively had, but I wanted to duplicate it as close as possible. So I'm starting off with number 69 by Urban Decay, and this is a pencil, and I'm applying this pretty much all over my lips, defining my lip line as well as applying it all over my lips. I'll be using two lipsticks for this look, both by Urban Decay. The first one is called F-Bomb, which is this color, and I think that if you leave it the way it looks right now, it is pretty true to her color, but I felt like hers had a little more orange, so I decided to add Bang, which is the second color, on top of it, so it kind of gives it that orangey red feel. So once you're done with the lips, the look is complete. I always like to clean the edges using a concealer brush, so as you can see, it really sharpens the edges and makes it look nice and clean. Alright, now that the makeup is complete, if you want to watch the hair tutorial, you can click on Sasha's picture and take a look at that. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.